sure to check out Ageless Geeks for your figures and collectibles. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Neca Toys 2019 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Batman vs. the Predator 2-pack. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the box. So we do get a pretty cool looking style box for this Batman vs. Predator 2-pack, and it is kind of similar to their Ultimate Edition Predator figures, just a little bit bigger. So on the front here, we do get the warning and blah 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 stuff that nobody cares about. On the bottom says DC and 20th Century Fox. We do get the Batman and Predator logo and says Batman and Predator. Then you can flip this open here because it is just Velcroed. We do have the window displaying the figure and the accessories. On the other side, there is nothing on it at all. Then the bottom of the box here, we do get the barcode and blah 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 stuff nobody cares about. Then here's the top of the box, nothing on it. And then the sides have nothing on it either. Then the back has nothing on it as well. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this 2-pack open to take a close look at both of these really awesome comic characters and movie characters as well. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and we'll look at the Predator first, then take a look at Batman. And one thing I noticed about this Predator, it's pretty much the ultimate Jungle Hunter Predator right here with a little bit of the City Hunter in it. But I noticed they used, I think, the old neck where it looks like he's hunched a little bit more, and the neck's pointing more on like an angle. See how this one isn't as down as this one, and it's shorter as well. So I don't like that they did that. I don't know why they didn't use the newer design for this Predator here, because you can't get as good head articulation with the older way that they made the Jungle Hunter. But this figure looks so damn awesome. I love the very dark look to it. The biomask looks great. Has like a very dirty look to it, unless that's just the color of his armor. And I love the yellow eyes. That looks so dope. Really cool looking. The Pred Dreads look pretty cool too. We get that nice blue color for the jewels there, and they're all individual and a rubbery soft plastic. And I just noticed this broke. These always freaking break, and I can't stand it. We do get a couple of like trophy necklaces. We have my favorite one on the neck right there. Then we have the longer one that goes across the torso with a bunch of bones or skulls on it from little creatures, I guess. But the torso looks great. We do get the netting painted pretty clean. It is sculpted on there as well. He has a very dark skin tone, meaning like a brown. Then we get some black mixed in there on the back, and then we do have like a very dark beige in there as well. It looks really nice though. And then the armor looks great. It has a very like weathered, dirty type look to it, like he's been on a lot of hunts. And I like that bluish type color to his armor, and they added like a little bit of a green as well to give it that dirty type look. I like this piece of armor up here, which we see on the City Hunter Predator, and it is a soft rubbery type plastic, but has beautiful sculpt detail all throughout it. I really love the way that looks. And then the back looks pretty good too. The arms look dope as well. We get a little bit of armor on the shoulder, some more on this side. We do get the device on the left one, and it does hinge open. There is no Predator language on there. And be careful of the tubes, because they can break, as you can see with this one. Then we get another one right there as well. And then we do get his wrist blades on the right hand here, and mine are a little off-center. They're not parallel for some reason. I don't know why, and that irritates the hell out of me. But they do slide out and back in, as you can see there. And then we do get some armor and his loincloth, and this seems like it's a separate piece. As you can see, you can move it around a little bit, but I like the way the armor looks. We have that nice bluish color to it with that green mixed on it. A couple pouches on the side, some more armor to protect his Predator buttocks. And then we do get the loincloth underneath as well that we get with the Jungle Hunter Predator that has some nice sculpt and paint work to it. We get some more armor on the thigh. We do get the holster for the smart disc there, and I believe that's the old one. The skin tone looks great on the thighs. The netting looks good. We get the armor on the knee and the lower legs, and we do get the Jungle Hunter Predator feet there. And pretty basic. If you never owned a Predator figure, then it's new to you. And then the bottom, not too much going on. So this Predator turned out dope as hell. I don't know the name of this Predator. If anybody does, feel free to let me know in the comments below. So that's the Predator. Let's take a look at this armored Batman. And this armored Batman is so dope to look at. Just an amazing job with the detail all throughout it. I do have a couple issues with it, like these pieces, they fall off so easily, and it's so damn annoying when you're trying to articulate the figure. It seems like most of the armor pieces you can take off, like these are just pegged in. Looks like you could take that off. You can unpeg the chest armor as well, and I'm not sure about the boot pieces, but you could pretty much take off all the armor. I'm pretty sure they're going to re-release this figure but without the armor, as they did tease on social media. But this figure, it looks great, man. Another issue I do have, which we'll go over during the accessories, is the visor that goes over here. It doesn't like peg in or anything, and it falls right off. It's like, come on, man, what the hell type of laziness is that? And then another thing, we just got the Shredder, and he had bendy wire in his cape, but this Batman does not. I don't know why they didn't give him bendy wire in his cape, but I love the way the cape looks. It's made out of a really nice fabric as well, but really would have loved if there was bendy wire on it just to give you more display options. But it is a really, really nice cape. So big plus to Neca for that, besides not putting bendy wire in it. But the head sculpt looks awesome, man. I love that teeth gritted, angry Batman look right there. The eyes are painted white. Get some beautiful sculpt and paint detail all throughout it. The bat ears look dope. Nice armored helmet, Batman. And very clean paintwork all throughout it as well. So very nice job on the head there. We do get this piece, which is a separate piece on the neck, which is also armor, and we get some nice sculpt and paint on that as well. The bat symbol looks great. Really cool looking, and I love how his armor does have battle damage on it, like here, here, over here, and some other spots as well. I really dig the way that looks, and I love the silver that they chose for the armor also, and very clean paint where the black meets the silver. You can see like where little bolts are and everything, so really cool looking. Then the back of it looks pretty dope too. And then we get the shoulder armor, which is connected to the torso armor, so it won't move with the arm articulation, but it does get out the way because it is like a soft rubbery type plastic, as you can see there. And then we do get his crotch armor with his bat utility belt as well, so the Predator can kick Batman in his junk. But I really dig the way the utility belt looks. I love the little red parts of paint that they added on that as well. Very cool looking. He even has armor on the bat butt. But like I said, I really dig the way the gold looks on there. Very cool looking. And then the arms look pretty good too. Nice sculpted paint detail, and I love these bladed pieces on the gauntlets. That looks so sick, man. Very cool looking. Then the legs, we do get the armor that you can just remove, and we even get shading on his bat suit underneath the armor, which is pretty damn cool. But very nice work on the sculpt work on the muscle definition there, and the armor looks sick, man. Really, really dope. And then the lower legs here, we get some more armor, which looks sick as hell too. And then the bat boots look pretty good also. We do have toe hinges on there. Then the bottom, we do get some pretty cool sculpt detail and paintwork as well. But overall, I think Neca did a really dope job with this Batman. Yeah, they could have done a few things differently that would have made this figure even that much better, like bendy wire and a cloth cape, and not having the pieces of armor come off so easily. But besides that, they really did do a beautiful job on both these figures, and I really can't be any more happy with how they turned out. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get a bunch of really dope stuff included with this set here, and the Predator seems to have more accessories compared to Batman. That's a little disappointing. I wish Batman was included with a few more things, like maybe some open hands or something like that, a batarang, and maybe an alternate head. But what we do get two interchangeable heads for the Predator only, which kind of sucks because Batman doesn't have any. And starting on the left, we do get the biomasked alternate face, which is the one that does come on the figure out of the packaging, and that is how I will definitely have my figure displayed, because I love the yellow on the eyes on the biomask. Just looks sick as hell, and it is the basic Jungle Hunter Predator biomask head there. And then on the right, we do get the unmasked alternate head, which is also the basic Jungle Hunter Predator unmasked head, but they did a beautiful job on both faces. The only issue is my right eye is a little derpy, looking off to the right a little bit. The left one is looking straight ahead though. But I love the skin tone for this Yautja here, that very dark brown with the beige and the black and everything. Very nice look to that Predator, and it does have these soft rubbery pred dreads as well, and the heads are very simple to swap out. I'll show you how to do that right now quickly. And swapping the heads for the Predator is basic for Neca's Predator figures. So when you want to swap them, just pull up on the head sculpt. It should pop right off. Take the unmasked one, and you do have to use a little bit of force, but be careful not to break any of these trophy necklaces, whoops, or the tubes on his left arm there, and you have to use a bit of force to get that bossed on there, and then there you go. That's how you swap the Predator's head sculpt. So we do get the 2 interchangeable heads for the Predator, and then we also get, and for the weapons, we do get a bat for Batman. I guess that makes sense, doesn't it? So we do get a bat for Batman, which has some Predator blood on it. We do get this little handgun type thing for Batman. We do get the visor to go over his eyes on the top of his head, and then for the Predator, we do get the smart disc. We do get some spear type weapon, and then we do get the plasma caster. So for Batman here, as I mentioned, we do get the bat for Batman, which is kind of funny, isn't it? But it does have the Predator blood on it, so it looks like he smashed the Predator in the head or something like that, so that's pretty cool. But the bat itself, I think, turned out pretty nice, and he does grip onto it fine with his trigger finger hand. So we do get that, and then we do get this little gun here. I have no idea what it shoots. It shoots bullets or something, a laser, I don't know, but it does have a pretty cool look to it, and I like the dry brush or the wash they added on it with the silver and black mixed all throughout it, and he does grip onto it perfectly fine. And then finally for Batman, we do get this visor that goes over the middle of the top of his head that covers his eyes. And my main issue with this is it doesn't peg in or clip in or anything like that. It just sits on there so it could fall right off. Like, what kind of lazy crap is that? Like, come on, Neca, you guys couldn't have figured out a way to make it, like, snap in or something like that. But, I mean, it is a grayish translucent plastic, and I'll show you how to put that on Batman shortly. So we do get that, and then for the Predator, we do get the smart disc, which is the same smart disc we get with most Predators, and it does have a nice black wash all throughout it, and it does have some nice silver paint to it as well. So we do get that, and we do get his dope spear here, which it does extend a little bit, but I wish it extended a little further than that. But this spear is a very unique design compared to what we usually see with Predators, and it is very sharp, so be careful of that and try not to break it either. But it has like a nice grayish wash, it looks like, on it throughout the silver. Just very cool looking. So we do get that, and then finally we do get the Predator plasma caster here, and it is the basic one, but we get like the City Hunter Predator cannon on there, which is pretty cool, but it's very loose on the lower hinge. Like, come on, Neca, why do you guys always do that? But I like the blue in it, and then we do get like that grayish type color mixed throughout it, and it has a really nice look to it. But it's the same type of plasma caster we see with every Predator figure. I'll show you how to get that on along with Batman's visor right about now, and you can also holster the smart disc, which doesn't really hold in there. So the way you get on the plasma caster and the smart disc is basic for Neca Predator figures. For some reason, the peg hole on the top seems like it's a little too far from this peg hole, because you really have to force the bossed on there. So you peg in the bottom peg, and then you got to push forward and then push down to get it in the top peg. And then there you go. You have him with his plasma caster that can't even really stand up on its own. And the smart disc you can holster, but they gave us the older design one, so it really doesn't stay in there. It's not like the Golden Angel Predator where they updated it and you could actually have him holster his smart disc now. So that's another thing that's a bit disappointing. I don't know why they went with this older Jungle Hunter Predator body when they have the new one sitting in their factory. So we do get that stuff. And now the way you put on Batman's visor is pretty simple, because it doesn't even peg in or anything like that. So what you do, you get Batman, of course, because that visor is not for Predator. And I don't know why they did this. All you do is just place it over on his head. But say you're moving him around, it's going to fall right off. It doesn't stay in there securely or anything. But if you have him just standing there, it's not going to fall off. I just don't understand why they didn't make it so it can clip in or something like that. But it looks dope once you have it on Batman, and it kind of gives me like a RoboCop type vibe as well. But we get all that awesome stuff, and then we finally get a total of 7 alternate hands. So we do get 3 for Batman and 4 for the Predator. And for Batman's hands, we only get the 3 hands here, and starting on the right we do get a pair of fists, of course, which do come on the figure out of the packaging, and there is no left interchangeable hands. We only get one right alternate trigger finger hand, and the hands are a bit difficult to swap out because of that bladed gauntlet that's on Batman's forearm. So that does kind of suck, but we do get some very nice sculpt and paint detail throughout all three hands. And for the Yautja here, we do get 4 alternate hands. So starting on the top here, we do get a pair of gripping hands. The right one is a more narrow grip, while the left one is a more wider grip. And then we do get 2 types of open hands. We get a left open splayed out hand, and then the right hand is mainly meant to hold the smart disc. And these are very simple to swap out, and they're the basic type of Predator hands we usually get with Neca's Predator figures, and we get some very nice sculpt and paint detail throughout all 4 of them. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with this Batman vs. Predator set. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Batman and the Predator. For Batman here, to the top of his head, not including the bat ears, it looks like he's a little bit over 7 inches tall. And for the height of the Predator, it looks like he's just shy of 8 inches tall. And then here they are compared to some other Predators and Batman. So we have the Neca Ultimate Edition City Hunter and Jungle Hunter, and then we do have the SH Figure Arts, the Dark Knight Batman, and the Mezco 112 Silver Knight Batman. And as you can see, with this Predator, they're definitely using the older body mold compared to the new Ultimate Edition Jungle Hunter. So not too happy about that one, Neca. And then here they are compared to the Neca Scorpion Alien, the Jungle Extraction Dutch, the original movie TMNT Raphael, and Shredder. And then here they are compared to the Storm Collectible Smoke, the SH Figure Arts Sage Mode Naruto, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here they are compared to the SH Figure Arts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and for the Predator, we do get the basic Predator articulation for Neca. So we do get the one joint at the neck, and you can get the figure's head to move up and down about that much, which is alright. Slight pivot there, which is pretty good actually, and it does swivel as well. Then we do get a torso joint here, which goes forward about that much, and that's pretty good actually. And then it does go back about that much. You do get a little bit of pivot there, and then it swivels as well. The waist here goes forward and back just a tiny bit. Really doesn't pivot, but it does swivel much better down there. And then the arms do go out to the sides, while the right one, or the left one, goes out 90 degrees. The right one does not because of the armor on the shoulder there. They do go up and down. Be careful with this one. You don't want to break the tube like what I just did. Then we do get bicep swivel. We do have double jointed elbows. Be careful of the tube. Once again, you don't want that to break. And then the device does hinge open right here. And then the blades do shift out, and then they do retract as well. Then we do get the peg and hinge on the wrist. So it does swivel and hinges back and forth. And then the legs here, you can get this Yautja to kick forward about 90 degrees. Goes to the back about 90 degrees. Let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it. And he should be able to, because most Predators can. And just shy of 90 degrees. Some nice leg movement. Then we do get a nice hip swivel. We do have double jointed knees that are pretty tight, and they go back all the way. Then we do have the ball peg on the ankles, so it does swivel. Hinges up a tiny bit. Hinges down pretty good. And then you do get a tiny bit of ankle pivot. Not the best, but better than not having ankle pivot. So that's the Predator articulation. Now for Batman. He does have 2 joints at the neck, so the upper neck joint, you can get him to look up about that much. Looks down really good with the upper neck. And then, whoops, ripped his entire head off. Then you do get some nice pivot there, and it does swivel. The lower neck joint goes forward and back just a tiny bit, as you can see there. So with both joints, he looks down that much, and both joints looks up that much. You do get a little bit of pivot at the lower neck, and then it really does not swivel there at all. Then at the torso here, I don't know why, but they just gave us like an ab crunch type joint that we get with like Marvel Legends. I don't know why they did that instead of giving us the ball peg, which is supposed to be their new updated articulation. So that kind of threw me off. You don't really get the best forward and back movement out of it. And then we do just get a swivel at the waist. See what I mean with these? They just pop right off. But I don't know why they gave us like old school articulation with this Batman at the waist and the torso. So a bit disappointed with that. And then the arms do go out to the sides about 90 degrees, which isn't too bad. They do go up and down. We do have true bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend in just about 90 degrees. Then the wrists do swivel, and then we do get the hinge on them as well, but this piece does prevent it from hinging up or backwards, I guess. Now for the legs here, Batman can kick forward about 90 degrees, goes to the back almost 90 degrees. Let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it, and damn right he can, because he is Batman. And then we do get a nice hip swivel. We do have double jointed knees. I'm taking that off. They do bend back all the way. And then we get the boot cut swivel there. And then for the ankles, I can't get them to swivel, but they do hinge up a tiny bit, hinge down just a little bit. And then we get an alright ankle pivot. Not the best. I feel like this joint is stuck a little bit because this one moves a little bit better. Then we do get a nice toe hinge. So overall, this Batman has some okay articulation. Some points definitely are not good, and they went with like an older style type of articulation compared to the newer style that we've been getting with most of their figures. So I don't know why they gave us the weird torso and basic swivel at the waist there, but you'll be able to get them in some okay Predator and Batman like poses, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Neca 2019 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Batman vs. Predator 2-pack. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this set between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it a 7.5. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this 2-pack, I did have mine sent from Neca, so big shout out and thank you to Neca Toys for sending this review sample. But my buddy from Agelessgeeks should have these in stock, so you can check over at their website at agelessgeeks.com. If you can't find it on there, I do highly recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. So on the front of the box here on the top, we do get the warning, blah, 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 so nobody cares about it. On the bottom, we said, blah, blah, and by the way, we have the Neca Ultimate Edition, Soba Chaba and Chippy Chippy. Didn't know to call him Junklore City, and I got mixed up there. The original movie TMNT Raphael and the original movie Shredder. Starting off with Batman's hands here, that, I don't know what the hell that was all about. That's on Batman's forearm, but, which do come on the figure out of the packaging, and then we do, damn it, damn you. So the way you get on the plasma disc, the smart disc and plasma caster,